Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another show session, whatever you want with me and Kevin. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Even better now. How are you, Warren?
I am always great when I'm with you, brother. So today we wanted to talk about our ink specialty toner study. If you haven't heard about it, that's pretty sad because we've been talking about it for the last few days. We had all this advertising out to do the survey. If you did the survey, you're going to get some great information. What we're doing right now is for those who didn't do the survey so that we can give you little tidbits of great information. You can call us for a follow-up on more. Kevin, what are we going to touch on today?
Today, we're going to talk about what people are saying is their biggest obstacle to sales when it comes to selling specialty ink and toner jobs. All right. You know, you in the back. Yes, Warren.
Oh, God, thank you. It's salespeople. It's those lazy-ass salespeople who think they know it all, those legends in their own mind who sit there and nod their head and then they don't do a damn thing with it.
I would like to apologize to all the salespeople watching this video at the moment. Warren did not use any of those things, but he was correct.
I'm a sales guy. We don't apologize.
Of course not. Of course not. So the data actually does show that Warren was right. As he says, yes. Oh God, nobody ever tell him that.
No, I'm going to have to take that little snippet and just do it like a replay.
Okay, so replay. We got sales teams as being our main obstacle to sales today, ranked by the owners when it comes to selling specialty ink and toner jobs. What was funny, Warren, though, is that the top four were really, when you look at a weighted scale from 1 to 6, they were all very, very close, the top four. Then there's a significant drop-off. So the sales team seems to continue to be the biggest issue on how to sell the specialty stuff. I know you've sold print. You've managed people who sell print. You train people who sell print, and there's a lot to understand when it comes to how to sell value. And somehow, somebody really intelligent told me this week at the Print Embellishment Conference in Indianapolis. And tell me what you think about this. They said selling value has nothing to do with the kind of equipment that you have in the back. It all has to do with what you've got between the ears. What do you think about that?
For 20 years, it hasn't been about the equipment. The only people who like equipment are owners who like to see it on the front of their website.
Right.
No one else cares for equipment or anything about it, although it is nice when they see it live in production.
Right.
But I'm looking at the top four: sales team, client interest, pricing, and file design, and all I see is one: sales team. Because if the sales team is trained well and is good, they will up the client interest. They will discuss the pricing, and they will have their team talk to the designers about file design. So really, it's all controlled to some degree by the salespeople.
That's a good point. You know, I hadn't thought of it that way, Warren, when I looked at this. I did realize that that's why we're partners. That's why, you look at client interest, obviously having to prove the ROI justification. Yes, you're going to spend an extra X amount on this piece, but it should result in Y% more sales is really one of the big things. So maybe giving more data to clients regarding what this does to print, whether it's shelf velocity rates on the actual shelves, or the response rates on direct mailing, things like that. Pricing I thought was interesting as well. File design, I knew for sure that was going to be in the top part, because it is true that a lot of designers today, and we see it every day, don't we, Warren? They're all being really trained on how to design really for web.
They're not even being trained. They're all self-taught, a lot of them.
Right.
Which makes it even harder.
Right.
Listen, when I look below lack of data, web to print, I don't even look at those because those are so minor in the bigger picture.
Right.
So they don't become an issue.
Right.
But the sales team is really what comes to the forefront always, because they control so many factors within the organization and what's going on.
That's right.
So I think it's got to be that way.
Interesting. We continue to dig deep. We continue to uncover all this beautiful data that we've gathered and share it with everybody. If you want some more information, please click on the link below. There's a report. It's really worth the money. It's really the only data that's out there today that really goes into the state of specialty inks and toners as it stands as of this year, right now. Latest information.
And by the way, when Kevin says it's the only study out there, you could believe him, because we were fortunate to have all the OEMs jump on board with us and participate because they want the information.
That's right. That's
because
right.
they need to know. So could you imagine that? The OEMs have to come to Kevin and I to get information? Wow. If you call first, we'll talk to you first because you're the printer and we want to help you, before we help the OEMs.
That's
right. But
right.
we want to help them too.
That's
but
right.
The real run is the printers because we're the ones that are going to take it out to the customers and they're going to take it out, the finished product, to their customers.
That's right.
And I want you all, before you hear us the next time, I want you to think about one thing. When you go out and buy, I want you to be conscious now of what you're buying when you see the label, when you see the package, where your eye is going. And then come back and tell us. We'd love to have an open session with everyone and get your own thoughts and opinions.
That's right. Thank you, Warren, for bringing that to attention. A big thank you again to our partners, what they think, for helping us in this. And again, we couldn't have done it with our partner OEMs.
All the OEMs. Why don't we give them some names, alphabetical order if we could?
Well,
we don't know the alphabet, but there's HP in there. There's Fuji. There's Ricoh. There's Xerox.
That's right. So we got a lot of friends out there. We thank you all for helping get the word out and getting this treasure trove of data that can help us all really help grow the pie for the industry and embellishments as a whole. Awesome. Thanks again, everybody.
Cheers.
Ciao.